If you're getting AutoCAD error code 18026, you're in the right place. In this video, I'm going to explain what this error means, why it happens, and the exact steps you can use to fix it fast. This is one of those frustrating AutoCAD issues that usually appears during 3D Boolean operations, especially when you're trying to union, subtract, or intersect solid objects. The good news is, in most cases, it is not a permanent file problem. It's usually a geometry issue, and once you understand what AutoCAD is struggling with, the fix becomes much easier. If this video helps you, please hit the like button and subscribe for more quick AutoCAD troubleshooting tutorials. Let's get into it. First, let's talk about what error code 18026 actually means. This error is a Boolean failure, which means AutoCAD's 3D engine cannot mathematically resolve an intersection between two solids. In simpler terms, the software is trying to figure out how two shapes overlap, but the geometry is too messy, too precise, or too complex for it to calculate correctly. This often happens when surfaces are perfectly aligned, when objects touch in unusual ways, or when there are tiny geometric details confusing the operation. One of the most common causes is coincident faces. That means two surfaces are sitting exactly on top of each other, so AutoCAD can't clearly define the boundary between them. Another common cause is non-manifold geometry, where objects touch at a single edge or point without actually sharing a proper face. That kind of shape may look fine visually, but mathematically it can be impossible for the Boolean engine to process. A third cause is geometric noise. This happens when there are tiny, redundant edges, often from complex curves, detailed fillets, or chamfers, and those small details confuse the calculation. Now let's move into the fixes. The first and easiest method is the micro move. Select one of the solids and move it by a tiny amount, such as 0.0001 units. The reason this works is because it breaks that perfect coincidence between faces. If two objects are sitting exactly in the same place or barely touching in a way that confuses AutoCAD, even a tiny offset can give the Boolean engine enough separation to work properly. After shifting the object, try the Boolean command again. If that doesn't solve it, the next step is to clean the body. In AutoCAD, type SOLIDEDIT, then choose Body, and then select Clean. This helps remove redundant vertices and clean up imperfections in the solid structure. Sometimes a shape looks normal on screen, but internally it contains extra geometry that prevents a successful Boolean operation. Cleaning the body can simplify the object just enough for AutoCAD to process it correctly. After that, you should verify the geometry. Again, use SOLIDEDIT, then Body, then Check. This will help you locate corrupted or problematic parts of the solid. If AutoCAD flags anything unusual, that's a strong sign the body needs repair or simplification before you continue. Another very effective fix is to remove fillets or chamfers temporarily. These features often create a lot of tiny edges and complex transitions, especially in dense 3D models. That extra detail can be enough to break a Boolean operation. Try deleting those fillets or by chamfers, perform the Boolean action first, and then reapply the detail afterward if needed. In many cases, simplifying the model just for the operation is the fastest way to get around error 18026. If the operation still fails, do the union or subtraction incrementally. Instead of selecting all the solids at once, combine them one by one. This helps you isolate the specific object that is causing the failure. Often, one part of the model is fine, while another part has a hidden geometry issue, and incremental testing makes it much easier to identify the bad piece. Once you find the problematic solid, you can clean it up or rebuild it before trying again. Another important trick is scaling up the model if it is extremely small. Very tiny models can cause calculation problems because the geometry is too close together for reliable processing. If that's the case, scale the model up by 10 times, perform the Boolean operation, and then scale it back down afterward. This can give AutoCAD a better numerical range to work with and sometimes solves the issue immediately. To summarize, error 18026 usually comes from coincident faces, non-manifold geometry, or tiny geometric noise. The fastest fixes are micro-moving the object, cleaning the body, checking the geometry, removing fillets, combining solids one at a time, and scaling the model up if it is too small. Most of the time, one of these methods will get your Boolean operation working again. If this tutorial helped you, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more AutoCAD fixes, beginner tips, and practical modeling tutorials. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.